My hair looks absolutely atrocious. That'll do. Should have just raw dog it today. Hello. Today we're taking a look at one of the most horrific experiences I think involving inside of a video game. So, Cyberpunk2077 was a great game. It still is. It still has some of the best graphics to come out of a video game to date. It has a large and dedicated modding community, which is always nice to see. A lot of people who reminisce about this game usually go default mode and are like, the story is fantastic, or getting immersed inside of the world of Cyberpunk is just amazing. And they're not wrong. This game hit a lot of marks on the checklist for their large audience in the world, while also being expertly marketed as one of the greatest games to actually ever come out. It certainly had its up and downs, but it is a great game. However, the one thing I keep having my mind on when I hear talk about this game is a certain side mission with a noir-esque detective. You know the ones. Big trench coat, boots made for walking. Anyway, this mission starts with V getting into River's truck. Just coming from a worrying phone call, V is requested to see River in person.
Hey, V. How you holding up? Been better.
The conversation starts off like any other, to be honest. Friends looking out for each other, you know? But things quickly start to change into a giant rabbit hole of mystery when River shares a shocking news report.
So, what happened? First, take a look.
The following footage from the report is what actually has River so disquiet.
Hello, my name is Arif Iqbal, and this is WNS News. Today's story. A routine roadside inspection led the NCPD to the trail of a dangerous abductor and murderer. The following police footage was captured at the scene. Out of the car! Hands up! Easy, officer. Relax. Shut your mouth! Oh, shit. We have a 1053 and a 1054. I repeat, a 1053 and a 1054. The boy from the footage is LeVar Martinez, age 17. Unfortunately, LeVar's life could not be saved. The possessions and genetic material of 7 other missing teens were also found in the car, belonging to one Anthony Harris.
The news report, which views like something straight out of a horror story, is not what you would expect from a combat/heist focused game. But then again, shit like this is just happening everywhere in Night City. Literally, the first mission has you going through a makeshift workshop full of medical equipment surrounding people being like gutted and stripped down for implants to be sold on the black market. Anyway, pushing the plot along, after viewing the report, V speaks to River about it a bit more to try to understand why River seems so worked up about this. This type of case isn't what River is known to pursue. This is also confirmed by the following remark.
This, Peter Pan. He an old case? You were looking for him? Never heard of him. Didn't cross my desk.
This case is something River is pursuing on his own, as he has a personal connection to one of the victims. River's higher-ups are not allowing him to formally take charge of this case for unknown reasons to the player.
My nephew, Randy, disappeared not long past. And what you just saw, the kid was wearing Randy's shoes. Ah, Jesus. Can't interrogate the guy because he's a veg, but we can view his dreams. I'm sorry, dreams? You heard me. Come on, I'll explain on the way.
And just like that, the plot thickens once more. It seems like we just got bombarded with a whole lot of information, and we are now sucked deeper into the rabbit hole of mystery.
It's an experimental procedure, but it's already yielding results. They record dreams that can be played back as BDs. Now through the main entrance. We're gonna break the law?
After finding a way into the closed business, the search begins as we both start looking for the autistic kiddo's dreams. His words, not mine. This place, by the way, has some pretty gnarly stuff, including the wildest children's room I've ever seen, which is where the hunt will actually end.
Hey, River. Think I got it. Can't risk getting scolded for sniffing around somebody else's case. Yoan!
What are you doing here? You got kicked off the force.
Disappointingly, the boys leave here empty-handed, with only a little bit more evidence from when they started. However, it was alluded that River has unfortunately lost his job as a detective, or as a policeman as a whole, really. But we're soon off, heading to Randy's mum, the victim's mum, and we are asked to keep the truth of the situation a secret from her.
She thinks he just ran away from home. For now, keep the kidnapping between us.
We are quickly put into the home and neighborhood of where Randy grew up, meeting the caring mother who is seemingly dealing with all this on her own. And it makes sense why River wanted to keep the truth a secret. A single mum knowing that one of her 3 children was kidnapped and maybe even murdered would put this small, loving family into a wreck very quickly. Heavy news like this will not go down remotely well, and to think that she would at all be even slightly composed is a mistake. After all this, she won't be normal. Only retards would pick the option to spill the truth to a loving single mum of 3 about her one child that has gone missing. I broke nearly under 0 pressure. I'm sorry.
You either got business with me or news about my Randy.
Meet V.
So V, is this about my Randy?
Randy's been taken.
Why didn't you call? Throw a blanket over the truth, like always. But where's Randy?
We're looking, Joss.
Here? He's my child. You got no place telling me how to behave.
When we walk outside, we meet the remaining kids. They're both so innocent and small. They actually greet River with excitement. We soon get into Randy's trailer to try and find anything that will give us a lead to what we should be looking for. And now this begs the question, River might be kind of a dickhead, and here is how. River indeed knows that there is an investigation going on about this and what seems to be a missing person report, right? He confirms this with the first conversation in his car.
Gonigal took the lead on it. Lazy ass gonk. And so far, he ain't accomplished shit.
Probably because all they have is a dead victim and a creep in a coma. Not a whole lot to go off of. And then there are all the other kids' belongings that are still in the car, which introduce another 7 unnamed potential victims. River, being so upset that he is being kept from this case, somehow finds out that the kid in the video is wearing the shoes of his nephew. And like, there is no way you can know this from just that police footage. River would have had to have gone into the evidence room of this case and had already done some snooping around to find this out. And so, River, you are going around a case you are not yet related to, and then when you do find something to get you interested in this case, because keep in mind, River is not known to pursuing cases like this, you will find something that will ultimately get you personally related to one of the victims. You then withhold this information from the police department, and then you get booted off the squad and then pursue it anyway. River, what in the fact to the trailer scavenger hunt? We go through a lot of Randy's things until we find a somewhat hidden laptop underneath his bed.
Expensive tech. Randy had to scratch for this?
You're joking. No chance Randy could afford hardware like this.
Describing what is on the laptop is a lot, so I'll try my best. As it opens up, childlike cartoon with the subject of a farmer who is seemingly over pumping cows with hormones and other shit, as well as milking them until they start to starve from the nutrients leaving the other parts of the body to try and keep up with the machine milking. Some pretty dark shit. What's even more disturbing is the messages that are sent to and from Anthony and Randy. And slowly, after reading them all, you'd sort of piece together all of the puzzle and have a pretty decent lead of what you're looking for or where you are going. You eventually find a website set up named Tony's Shelter. Reading through all this shit, it basically reads like an obvious encrypted message to anyone who knows what this site is, promising the victim that they will become the person they have always dreamed of being, and wants everyone to think of him, Tony, as just a farmer who looks after his livestock. which is pretty grotesque when you eventually learn what dark things are at the bottom of this hole. It's not good, and it's not just innocent. The video we found on the laptop gets sent to the one person who can help, the old doctor that kicked us out, with the understanding that this will be the key to make Anthony Harris be able to dream. And the dream you recover opens up the background about Anthony and just what type of kid and person he is. Insane and sad, it seems.
This isn't normal behavior. You killed Liam's turtle by injecting him with HGH?
Killing another student's turtle in hopes to fix a problem it didn't have, and getting angry when the teacher mentions his dad, who we learn later actually committed suicide. The next dream, we learn about what type of farm Anthony grew up on, a dairy farm. It opens instantly with his father yelling at him.
Where you going now? Come here! Choline and methionine levels. See anything odd? I asked you a question!
I don't know.
Gonna kill it like you killed your mama.
I'm sorry.
Anthony's father saying that he is the one to blame for the death of his own mother. Jesus Christ. With other things suggesting what type of treatment Anthony is planning to give the people who come to his farm seeking help. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I only did research this briefly. Choline and methionine are used with dairy cows to increase the productive performance during early stages of lactation. It seems to lower the metabolism and put you in a hazy-like state with lowered blood pressure. Dangers of using this stuff too much can cause numerous amounts of side effects, such as vomiting, liver damage, brain damage, and sometimes death. Now take that information onto a dairy farm where everything is automated and machine controlled. A dairy cow or person can be in an environment where nutrients and other supplements are heavily controlled. They are left in a haze-like state, surviving for however long it takes for the organs to slowly start shutting down due to this bare-bones state of being kept alive. The third memory is probably the most alarming for a lot of people. It does confirm the suspicions of the noir detective boys. It is just haunting.
And where are you up to, Mike? Come here, you rascal. You'll hurt yourself. Tony'll take good care of you. Easy now.
However, this last memory will give V and River all the details to where to find the farm. Getting around the farm security, eventually diving into the barn from the roof, we finally get to save some of the victims that are still being kept alive by the machines long after Anthony's capture. A farm that could have been kept active for years with no one to stop the ever-going machines, which is just so sickening to think about. And at last, River explains that he had found Randy, the nephew that went missing months ago. It's not even the morbid ending to this short side quest that is so grotesque to think about. Anthony Harris is a known killer and serial kidnapper in Night City, running a huge operation. The thought of helping young troubled teens escape and setting them free from worry, telling them that they will become the person they have always wanted to be.
We did it, River.
Yep, we sure did. But I'm not about to leave it like this.
However, it is alluded that River will go and kill Anthony Harris while being in a coma, something that is explained to be getting away with the crimes and blood on Anthony's hands, not fully answering for the crimes to the many children that fell victim to him. And this is where it abruptly ends. There's no resolution, you don't actually even meet Randy at this point. You just sort of get left there after going through a very terrifying case, I guess, and you just sort of go on with your life, which is what Night City is all about. Dark shit happens and you just have to get on with it. It's not really about saving anyone, it's about pushing forward with the people that you have.
From the plane to the fucking helicopter, yeah. Cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs out, nah. I'm a pop star, not a